Hello, Crystal Cat here and welcome to TekTopia. Now, my villagers seem to be quite happy now, but we have a different problem. Let me show you. Now, our latest children have grown up and I've assigned them to both be farmers. I've had to start feeding our villagers mushroom stew because we have no food. This is all that we've got at the moment. So I'm feeding our villagers currently. Thank you, Bard. So yeah, we're looking pretty bad on the food front. I mean, that's it. Obviously they can't eat wheat and they can't eat sugarcane or seeds. Villagers don't like eating food that the player has made for them. So although they're eating the mushroom stew, they're not going to like it. But at least they're not going to starve. That's kind of like what we're aiming for here. So what we're going to do today, we're going to make a tavern. And we're going to make 2 home floors above it. We're just kind of like this one, I reckon. I don't think we're going to actually make the tavern with a token today because I have 40 emeralds. I don't have enough emeralds to be able to make it active. Because I still have to buy the homes to go with it. So I'm going to make the tavern here, facing that way. Right, we've just had a necromancer approaching the village. I didn't think this was going to happen quite yet. Put my map on, sometimes it will show up on my map. So yeah, I basically got to run around and see if I can find them. Where's an Enderman? Right, well it's not there. Here we go, this is them. So the Necromancer, this is the first time we've had one actually. Guys, hello? Right, which one is that? Zombies. I don't actually want to scare them away because I need to kill them. Okay, so the Necromancer is going to come in toward the village and is going to attack my villagers. Now I can't hurt him at the moment because he's got like a resistance. He can hurt me though. He obviously summons mobs, and this thing also hurts me as well. I think when the little skull thing disappears, I think that's when I can attack it. There we go. And he drops some emeralds as well. So I've got 8 emeralds and that is really handy. So that's a Necromancer attack. When I have guards, I would actually let my guards do the attack. Defend against the attack. But But I don't have any guards at the moment, so I can't do that. Anyway, yeah, another 8 emeralds. That's really handy. Editing crystal here. One thing I don't mention about the Necromancer Attack is they vary in difficulty. At the moment, because we're quite a new village still, the attacks are quite easy. The Necromancer summons husks to fight, and once the little wither skulls around the Necromancer disappear, we can kill it. Now, as the village gets older, these attacks become more difficult. The Necromancer can, in fact, summon wither skeletons, multiple wither skeletons, plus, of course, husks. They do become much more difficult as your village is older. There is a point where, if you have enough guards, the guards will actually defend the attack entirely by themselves, but we are nowhere near that point at the moment. Right, so we have finished the outside now. I've put another couple little custom bushy trees here, and I've put one on the other side as well. Now inside, so this is a decoration for inside. We've got a jukebox. I'm actually going to put a note block in as well. The bard will come over here and play music here in the evenings, which is why I've put one in. We've got a couple of tables, kind of like planky tables with loads of chairs, a couple of bushes. This is the bar area, so you would get your drinks from here, and there's some bottles here. Plenty of lights around, of course. Upstairs, I haven't done a lot upstairs actually. I've decided I'm going to put 3 home 2s in here. So one little one here, of course one at the end. So I'm going to put homes in up here. I thought I'd do something a bit different from the library, because just felt like something different. Okay, as you saw, I just had a necromancer in the village. I mean, everyone seems to be okay. I had a couple of my villagers take some damage, which is a bit worrying. But we didn't lose anybody, which is good. I'm happy about that, of course. It's probably time to get a couple of guards. So I have 54 emeralds. I'm going to get 2 guard tokens. They're 7 each. So that leaves 40. I'm going to get 2 more farmers. And hopefully a home 4. Oh, 8 blocks of emeralds for a tavern. Gosh. Home 4 is 20, so yeah, we can get that. Home 4 with 4 beds. And then I'm going to get 2 guards and 2 more farmers. I'll see what nomads come in the morning. And if I don't get any good ones, I'll pop a couple of children down. I might pop a couple of children down anyway, actually. I've got a lot of hearts. So I'm going to put these 2 down. These both came from the same villager. We're going to get Scarlet to be our first guard. There we go. Now, as I don't have anyone that can make Scarlet armour, I'm going to make her some armour, because she's going to need it. There we go, like that. Right, we've had at least one of the children grow up. We've got another Mechlin. I'm going to make him a farmer. If I can catch up with him. There we go. And there's the other one. This is Paige. And I'm actually going to make her a guard. Hello, Paige. The guards obviously need to guard the village. So she has to craft things, equip items. She can craft a wooden sword, but I've actually provided iron things for them. When we get a blacksmith will actually make equipment like axes and armour and everything. But until that point, we have to make it. I don't have to make it, but I don't really want our guards to go out and do any fighting and actually die from it. So I'd rather give them some equipment already. But yeah, she'll probably stay awake all night, looking after the village. Okay, so something I have been working on is a village breeder. Now I got a couple of zombie villagers. Well, actually I've got about 4 or 5, but a couple of them died. And I caught them in a little box, and I chucked potions on them and an apple, and they're now vanilla villagers. These are not TekTopians. These are what the villagers are like in this version. So I've set up this little village breeder. The village itself is up there. Back in this version it worked on doors rather than beds, so there's doors up there. My village is over there. I can't have it in the village because this village will notice the doors in my village. It's all very weird. Anywho, so over here I've got a little collection system. I have some villagers in the box over there. There you go, they're doing a bit more breeding. Because there are no regular vanilla villagers. Hello little guy, ready? And up he goes. There are no vanilla villagers in this world. I had to do it this way. Now back then... Ah, there you are. So where did you go, little baby? Oh, I've left a hole in the wall. That's not good, is it? Hole that a baby can just walk out of. So back in this version, the baby is born in its profession. So that I think might be a farmer or a shepherd. But that baby will not change its profession. No, I had forgotten this because I'm used to playing the up-to-date versions where you give them their own profession. So I have a Fletcher, a cleric, shepherd, toolsmith, and one librarian who sells aqua affinity, which is no good to anyone. And obviously a baby. Now I've traded with a cleric who's been unlocked because I have I've made a zombie XP farm. Oh, thanks. I've made a zombie XP farm so I get rotten flesh from it so I can trade. When the trading, obviously I get emeralds, which is probably what I'm going to do with the toolsmith, because I've got lots of coal. Might be the Fletcher as well. Anyway, this here is running so I can get, hopefully, eventually, I can get better trades, like mending. Mending would be nice. The bow trades. I've put 4 bows and an enchantment table, and I got Unbreaking 3 each time with nothing else. So I usually use villagers when I get geared up. I don't rely on the enchanting table. But this is very slow. The villagers have a 5-minute cooldown after they produce a baby. And I obviously want to spend most of my time at my village because while I'm over here, I'm close enough to get a Necromancer Attack, but I'm not close enough to for them to be working, as far as I know. I've got to divide my time up between my village and this village. So I spend most nights here and the daytime over there. So I've never had a village breeder and trading hall or anything in this version of Minecraft, because this is a version I started playing in, and back then I didn't know how to do it all. I think I cheated outrageously and just got loads of spawn eggs and spawned them in and killed them if I didn't like them. There we go, can't do that in this one, I'm afraid. I've had several nitwits so far. They had unfortunate accidents, as did a baby cleric that ended up wandering around here. Couldn't get it back in, had an accident. And I discovered an interesting thing. You can't put ladders on glass in this version. Something else I've done, I've increased our wood farm. I came out one day and there was no trees in here. My villagers were going over there somewhere to get trees, so I thought I would double it and put them here. I've moved the sugarcane. I've noticed they have this weird thing, walking through sugarcane or something does something to their pathfinding. I don't entirely know the whole ins and outs of it, but I've moved it over here because I noticed when I had it down here, the village would come over here and it'd stop and just stand there for ages. It's really annoying. Don't know what happens. I've moved it over here. I did have the whole lot covered, but now I just saw a villager just standing here, sort of standing, not doing anything. I thought, okay, still an issue. So I have quite a nice mod on this. It is the chest transporter mod. Now, if I right click, I pick the chests up and I can move it around. It gives me hunger, slowness, and I can't jump. And I can put it down. I go back to normal. Everything's still in the chest. Now the other thing it's good for is moving spawners. So this is my little farm I've got. I have to put an iron door on it because otherwise my villagers, my farming villagers, would come in here and try and take my things. Now down here I've got a double farm. I've got a zombie one and a skeleton one. And I use the chest transporter mod to pick up the spawners. Like this. That's another one. And then you can place them down where you want and make a farm like this. So this is where I'm now getting my XP and bones and everything. Right, so that'll do it for me today. Thank you very much for joining me. If you've enjoyed this episode, please leave me a like. And while you're down there, please subscribe for more. And I'll catch you in the next one. Goodbye.